What's up, everybody? I'm back here for a showing of my TCW game, I guess you could say. You haven't seen it in quite a while, I don't believe, and I've made quite a few changes as of recently, so might as well give it a shot, right? But yeah, so tonight, recently I actually had for some reason my X-Division tag team titles keep ending up with steroid users or drug users, and I've had to suspend two different champions literally consecutively. Gorman got suspended when he and Bestia, Purpura, I'm a fucking ruin these names, but yeah, he tested positive for steroids, so he basically had to strip him. The eventual winners of the next tag team title match, the American Cobras, Marvel Malloy and Storm Spillane. Storm Spillane tests positive for steroids, so they just got stripped. So this is the show to determine who will be the new champion. Of course, I have two brands. I have the Total Wrestling brand, which is based more on the heavyweights, but then there's the Fearless brand, which has... There's a couple of heavyweights thrown in there, but they're like guys that can keep up with the quick pace. Guys like Tom Gilmore, Human Arsenal, Jefferson Stardust, Ed Stone. They're main eventing around Fearless. The champion right now is Sammy Bach, I believe. But and they have a huge X division, people from all over the world, Japan, Mexico, the Americas. I have 3 or 4 different developmental territories, one in Europe, one in Japan, one in Mexico, so it's a pretty interesting game. Everybody gets built pretty well, but so this will be what's up, so let's see how the show goes. In an opening match contest, we have Hate You 2, the former champions, Gorman and Bestia Purpura, versus the Rock City Stars. Sorry, that's my phone. The Rock City Stars are in there, making some noise. Sorry, I'm gonna start my music here. But, in about the head, decent wrestling, but not much heat. They defeated the Rock City Stars, who I don't think they've been champions yet either, but they're a very good team. But yeah, so the first round, Hate You 2, the former champions, come back. It's their first show back. Graham just got back from his suspension. That's what I mean. He got suspended. They had the titles for about 2 weeks, then they got suspended. So, on to the second round for them. An bout that had decent wrestling but little heat. We had Vince Von Trapp, aka KC Glenn, and the American Elemental. They defeated Warp Jump in 7 minutes 37 seconds. They're probably the dark horse of this tournament as the Iron Men. They've only been they've only been in TCW for about 2 months, and they're already making big waves. Now the heavy favorites, the Cali Dragons, defeated the Latino Kings 752 when Frankie defeated Rudy Valesquez with a P clutch. Heavy favorites for a reason, obviously, if you notice that they had 90 rated matchups there each. So in the quarter-final matchup, we have the Ultimate Warriors defeating Wild and Wicked. That's Kamikaze and Delirium and Bobo and El Orguloso of Wild Wicked. I'm sorry, they're reversed. But yeah, Kamikaze gets the win with a reverse 450. I mean, who can be shocked by that, but Delirium stays behind, doesn't get quite as good of a performance as the former champions, Wild and Wicked. Now, Rob Reynolds makes his debut against Dr. Rudo, who wins with a heart punch. But he had a successful debut, gets a great first martial arts. Good. On to the semi-finals, we have the Ultimate Warriors defeating the heavy favorite Cali Dragons. Wow, what an upset that is. Neither of these teams have been champions, but the Cali Dragons are ones that are very, very surprisingly not, having been even close to the titles, because American Dragon Mikey James was the original X-Division champion. He won that on his own. So, and now Frankie has gone on to be a singles champion as well. The Ultimate Warriors, obviously, they come out of developmental a couple months ago, and Kamikaze held the title in its singles action down there. But beyond that, I mean, there's nothing else to really comment on there. But yeah, it was a good match, and I'm glad to have put it on. So we have the Iron Men defeat Hate You 2. Mind you, guys, that Vince Von Trapp and American Elemental are lower mid-carder and opener, and they're pulling these 84 rated matches. So there we go. The Iron Men Hate You 2. So we will have an all-new champion here tonight. It will not be a two-time champion. I don't think there's ever been a two-time champion in the X-Division Tag Team division yet. So the Iron Men defeat Hate You 2 in 10 minutes. And in one of our co-main events, we have two of them, folks. Bart Biggins defeats Gino Montero by 2 straight falls in 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, Gino and Bart have been feuding for a few weeks now. It might seem a little bit strange for Bart to defeat Gino. Gino is extraordinary. Gino has 93 psych right now, and basically he's the only two-time X-Division champion in history. See, there's been a two-time X-Division champion in singles action, but not in tag team. So Gino has that accomplishment, and he's just getting too big. I think he's ready to be a main eventer on the Fearless brand with the way that it's built. He's got so much psych. He's going to put on some great matches. I think it's time to just push him up the card. I did the same thing with Gargantuan. Gargantuan has not lost by pinfall in my entire thing. He has been... He hasn't even lost in... I mean, he lost one time in a triple threat match to get his title off of him. But beyond that, no. He just defeated Rocky Golden last week by DQ, so... Interesting stuff. But yeah, Bart Biggins is having some of the best work of his career as well. His psych and basics are going up. But the difference being is that he's 36. I need a flagship veteran to kind of hold that division down. And if he's still getting better at that age, he might be my guy. Because I don't see Bart Biggins main eventing. I'm sorry. I don't see him main eventing TCW anytime soon. And he's got far, far more limited time than Gino does. So Gino's moving up, and Bart gets the X-Division title. In our other co-main event of the evening, Sammy Bach defeats his Fearless title up against Nighthawk from New Zealand. Now, of course, Sammy had a great performance in '93. And Nighthawk still did pretty good with a 64, but granted, he's a mid-carder. That's really not that shocking. So that's our co-main event. Let's see how our main event of the evening does. Yeah, it wouldn't do as good, but that's okay. Considering the other one was 84, I knew I should have left. If I'd have left it at 10 minutes, it would have been an 85 match, I guarantee it. The Iron Men defeated the Ultimate Warriors in a ladder match. They win the TCW X-Division Tag Team Championships within 2 months of their debut. The Iron Men rising up the cards very quickly. We'll see what they got. We'll see. They're perfect for the division, so we'll see what they got. To end out the night, we pan back to Tom Gilmore and Ed Stone. We were told about this earlier, but we didn't see any of it. We are shown the video here at the end as to why those two were not on the show, considering they are two very flagship people for the Fearless brand. So that feud continues, and we end our show. This show increased our popularity in 24 regions, an 80 show, so really nothing great, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. I'll take it. But yeah, that was my show. That was Fearless. I hope you guys liked it. I don't really want to give you too much of a peek into my roster, because I know I'll sit here and talk for an hour. But long story short, I have 4 developmental territories. I have 2 brands. I own BCG in Japan. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's been pretty interesting. I'm getting ready to sign a bunch of people still. Always growing this promotion. I started playing it again a couple months ago, and I just have fallen in love with this game all over again. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this. I know I'm probably rambling at this point. I don't know how loud my music is. You might not even hear me. But I hope you guys like the show, and I'll try and keep you guys posted on more. Always evolving this game. I don't think I'm going to stop playing this one for quite a while, because even if I stop, I can pick it right back up. There's so much that I can do with it. Not really worried about going down in, you know, being national or international or being #1 or whatever. I don't care about that right now. So let me know, guys, what you thought, and let me know what you want to see, if you want to see more.